differences in different versions of Ramayana. See, Ramayana is written based on the legends. Sage Valmiki first wrote Ramayana. Ramayana is story of Lord Rama, based on legends. What is coming down to us, based on that it is written. Now, legends may be perhaps available in different places in different ways also. So if somebody else writes it, the way he has legends available, he might write it differently. So many authors of Ramayana are there. Each one of them sees things somewhat differently. Another thing is, some great sages, they write as they see. So Surdas, was blind. But he describes very effectively the Leela, the sports of Lord Krishna. So beautifully described, as though he sees them. So they say that they actually see it in their mind's eye, then they write. So it is said about Tulsidas ji also. He sees that Leela of Lord Rama and writes. So Valmiki sees it a little differently. Tulsidas will see it differently. And every state has a Ramayana.
Correct.
In Tamil Nadu there is Kamba Ramayana.
That's right.
In Andhra there is another Ramayana. Bengal there is another Ramayana.
There's Nepali one, there is
Recently
Thai
there was a
one.
big controversy about Ramayana. Worldwide there are more than 100 Ramayanas, 100 versions of Ramayana, including some versions in the southeast countries like Indonesia or Thailand and places like that. And they are quite different. Not only different, very offensive.
Correct.
What they write about Rama is very offensive to us. Big controversy was there because somebody did their research and studied more than 100 Ramayana available and came with this finding, and people were very upset. But this is what you say about Rama?
Correct.
So anything when it is a legend comes down over the years and years, always undergoes changes. Legends are told. India is a vast country. So many schools are there where Veda is taught, Pathshalas are there. Over hundreds and hundreds of years, variations happen from word of mouth. So we have so many recensions of Vedas. What to talk of Ramayana?
Correct.
So when something comes down traditionally, changes do happen. एक text में there are part where means what, so many different readings are there. Bhagavatam तुम्हें जो है, if you do the research, then there are footnotes at the bottom says this, the alternate reading is this, because it's coming down by word of mouth. Printing came later.
So Valmiki is the main, Ramayana.
In the first one.
And then I think how people interpret based on that they write.
Based on what they see or what they have heard. Same legend that Valmiki had, in different countries and different places will come down with variations. And there are people who deliberately make changes also.
Exactly. This is what. So that's my second question. Subsequent to that is basically, now if we know that there's so much wealth of knowledge in this, and we've captured that in our scriptures, and we believe that really this is the way to life. This is where it shows us life. This is how we study. Now, how do we prevent from having it diluted from going from one level to the next level? So it gets diluted. Everybody has different impressions.
Now it will not be. Now that the written word is there, that's the final thing. But when written word was not there, it was by word of mouth. So nothing was final. Even in written word also, a lot of research is being done, a lot of manuscripts are there. So if you read a text, Sanskrit text, if it is a result of research, you will see in the footnotes.
Reference.
This person may have studied 15 manuscripts.
Correct. And then,
I mean, A has these and C has these and D has this, etc. So, when it comes down, traditionally, through word of mouth, changes are bound to happen. There was a story, I think, that one person told something to him. He says, by the time he comes back to him, it's something different.
Chinese whispers. They call it as Chinese whispers, right?
Chinese whispers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Broken telephone.
Yeah, or Chinese
Huh?
whispers.
Broken?
Telephone.
Yeah.
Broken telephone?
It's a game. Isn't it?
It's a game, yeah.
It's a game, right?
You want to play? Like for example, if you go to say any other religion, right? If you go to say Islam or anywhere, where they have their say Quran now, that's such a regulated book. You are not allowed to change anything. If you have to really translate, it has to be approved by a body, and then only you can actually go around and have it get printed and stuff like that. Now, like if we believe that we have so much wealth, why don't we organize ourselves to have such
See, I
such
am
a,
not an expert in
tight
Quran,
body.
so I do not know how many versions are there. Understand that in Islam also there are several traditions.
Yes, yeah.
Sunni is one tradition, Shia is another tradition. There are so many subsects are there. I'm sure that they have their own variations.
I'm talking only about the scriptures.
Even Quran, I'm sure, yeah.
There are.
Bible, Christianity is like 2,000 more, different denominations are there. Their interpretations are different. Even in the same text, the interpretations are different. You follow? You may retain the word, but interpretation depends upon the people. So all the different prophets come, interpret the same meaning their own way. So in India also, Hinduism, how many traditions are there? Now, same Upanishads are there, same Vedas are there. Adi Shankaracharya is one interpretation. Ramanujacharya is a different interpretation. Madhvacharya, so many acharyas came. Each one of them gave their own interpretations of what the Upanishad says. We have that freedom. We always accepted that freedom.
So isn't that dangerous?
It's not dangerous, it's for you now to choose.
Like I remember Swamiji once you said that why into religion?
Freedom, not regulation. In that sense, Hinduism has a great advantage compared to the organized religions,
True.
which are Islam and Christianity.
Yeah.
But the difficulty is that they become one force and attack others. Now Hinduism doesn't have one force. So what was the advantage in the olden days has become a disadvantage now because we are not organized. We don't have one voice. That is because they are aggressive religions. See, formerly there was no aggression. We even never aggressive. And still many people adopted Hinduism and Buddhism. But now there is a very organized effort of aggression on other religions of conversion. So this is where lack of organization is a disadvantage to us. Because of freedom, everybody talks in their own way, and we are always given that freedom. But now it is necessary to organize, and attempts are being made now to sort of organize the different traditions. Not that they believe the same thing, but at least you get united to confront the common challenges. That effort is being made in India now. Our Swamiji has done this in called Hindu Dharma Acharya Sabha,
Right.
where many heads of the traditions are brought to one platform, and there are problems common to all of them. Government policies are there, these conversions are there, so many common problems are there. They are discussed there, and then how to act on them.
સ્વામીજી એક મને ક્વેશ્ચન થાય છે પેલા વૈષ્ણવમાં આપણે બ્રહ્મ સંબંધ શું કહે ને હિરેલે શું કર્યું હમણાં
Brahma Sambandha.
તો પૂજા કરવી હોય તો એ લેવું જરુરી છે? Is it like taking a license to
બ્રહ્મ સંબંધિત લાગી યજ્ઞોપવિત.
January.
બ્રાહ્મણો જેવી રીતે પેલા જનોઈ એમને સંસ્કાર આપવામાં આવે ને, તો વૈષ્ણવ લોકો એમના આચાર્ય કંઠી આપે, સ્વામિનારાયણ લોકો કંઠી આપે. દેટ મીન્સ તમે દીક્ષિત થઈ ગયા.
પણ એના એ કર્યા વગર પૂજા ન થાય કે એવું નહીં ને?
આપણે ઘરે થાય પણ અમુક જગ્યાએ ના કરવા દે તમને. તમે મંદિરમાં જાઓ, મંદિરમાં સેવા કરવી હોય ત્યાં ભગવાન માટે માળા બનાવી હોય તો જુએ કે બ્રહ્મ સંબંધ છે કે નહીં એના
રીઝન
કરવા.
શું એની પાછળનું?
તમે દીક્ષિત નથી.
So-
You are not purified.
But isn't it now?
But isn't
are we
it
not
like
going? You know, we go through one or two mantras or that
That's
kind
a matter of belief.
Exactly. So
But
if
it's a
that's the case,
purification rite. It's a called purifactory rite.
so if that's the
When
case,
you
like,
go through samskara of Yajnopavit, you go through that rite of purifactory rite. So you're purified.
I know that Brahmins, because I am Brahmin, they have a Yagnopavit and
Hmm.
Janoi bhi karta hai, but they do all kind of stuff. But they, how can
That's
they
a
are
different
pure?
matter. That's a different matter that they do.
Same
Idea is
with,
that-
same with people who wear kanthi, right?
That is all right. But the thing is, those who wear, it is possible that this country will remind them of the commitment they have made. You see, when you wear that Yajnopavit or Janoi, when you wear these clothes, for example, they are a constant reminder of what your commitment is. This stands for commitment and values.
And I think
It's up to you not to follow that. It's a different thing, but this is meant to keep you on the track.
last time Swamiji, it's a spirit behind the ritual which is more important. And people miss that spirit. What is the real spirit behind the ritual is not understood, and then they just follow the
simply
ritual.
follow that, and then
Ritual.
How about something is better than nothing? Okay?
That's right.
Something is better than nothing.
Yeah.
Then another reason why we take Brahm Sambandh.
Hmm.
So you are now having a Sambandh with,
Brahm.
you make a guru.
Based on. So then it gets a different status. And then you have to follow certain rules and regulations in worshipping that.
We do same with Balakrishna.
Exactly. You get married. It's what it always is. No, yes, until yesterday you were already, but now you're husband. No, that's a matter of.
State of mind.
So yeah,
That's true.
you see, what is
Yeah,
in the
exactly.
olden
That's so
days,
true.
right now there are packages in this marriage. Half an hour, 45 minutes. Formerly marriage used to last long time. That would be ceremony for lasting several days. So the idea gets implanted that I am no more a free person, I am husband, I am wife. It is very important. Then you behave in a different way. Otherwise people sometimes don't change. Sometimes people don't, they behave the same irresponsible manner. So this is called samskara. Samskara is imprinting the impression that now you are a different person. So when Upanayana and Janoi is given, certain commitment and responsibilities go with that. And now you must do Sandhyavandanam, you must do Gayatri Japa. Now you are qualified to study
But
Vedas.
the problem is people don't do that. They just do the
No,
rituals.
they don't do
just
that
do
in
the
a different
rituals.
way.
Yeah, it's there.
But this is the idea behind it.
Yeah.
There was a time when people were doing it. Now, they don't see any example. The father does not do, how is the son going to do?
Yeah. કે જેનો આપ્યા પછી કરે ગાયત્રી મંત્ર તો બોલવો જ જોઈએ પણ
Yeah.
people even don't do that.
નથી કરતા, પણ
Yeah.
But Swamiji, major, બધાની પોતપોતાની શક્તિ or belief પ્રમાણે ભગવાનની સેવા કરતા. Like I have seen, for example, 3 people. The one, he says, oh, God is everywhere. I don't need to go to the temple because temple is crowded, it's dirty kind of thing. The other one, after 24 hours, he gives like half an hour to the God in the morning to do some rituals or slokas or dhyan with the God. And the third one is doing like 3-4 hours of seva every day. Now, they all are right in their way of doing the God seva or to be devoted to the God kind of things. Now, if I say one is right or another one is wrong, that's not true. What's your view? Like, what is the real seva or
how
bhakti?
sincere you are the judge. How sincere you are. When you say that God is everywhere, I don't need to go to temple, is there an excuse of not going to temple? Could very well be. Somebody gives half an hour because he doesn't have any value for that. So, it is not from the external form that you can decide what the person is. But you can generally judge. This fellow is giving half an hour means he has other things to do. For him the priority is not big. Other fellow is spending 3 to 4 hours, which means he gives it importance. To it is valuable. So from that we can judge. Ultimately depends upon the person. But there are no excuses. Not going to temple is dirty and this and that and crowded, you know. So many homes are dirty and crowded. Don't come in the home because your streets are crowded and dirty.
You know, why is it like, you know, our temples are so dirty everywhere?
Who says
Whenever
that?
you go,
Not
I'm telling you because I've been to several temples
Can't
and,
agree.
you know, we see